Hello friends, welcome to Tech Media, and in this lesson we shall see how to print our document. And in here now, let's say for example you will go to file and you will go to print. You can see now here is now how your document will appear, and you can change from portrait to landscape formation. And now here is now how you can print alongside with your data. And now if you want to print only the chart, you will come here and you select only the chart, and you will go to file and click on print. You can see now only the chart now will appear, and if you want to change to a landscape, you can change. And now here is how you can print, and you go to print your chart only. Yes. And today's lesson we are going to learn how in this Sparklines, that is. Here we do have the sales for 2023, that is the items we have, and the quarter 1 up to quarter 4 sales. Here is now all the quarter sales now, and we need to create Sparklines. And before we create Sparklines, we will create another table which is the trends. Now we will add a table with the trend, that is. And we will go to here we do have a format painter. We will click on the, and here we will apply this format painter, and you can see now it appears the same as these are for cells, and same way. So what do we want to apply? We want to apply some Sparklines. We will go to insert tab, and in here we do have a command group Sparklines, which is here. We do have a command line. Sparklines are mini charts placed in single cells, each representing a row of data in your selection. That is the line Sparkline, and this the column Sparkline. They are mini placed in single rows, each representing a row of data, and these was a row of data, and we know win and loss Sparklines the same way. So whichever one you want to apply now, you can click on the Sparklines, and here now you will have your, and now it is stating the data range. You can just click and say it is from here to here, which is from B5 to E5. That is it. And you can see that's the data range, and location range is there, and you can just click on okay. And now you can see now you do have your Sparkline. And if you can see now we are having a Sparkline tab here. If you click away from it, it disappears, and that is how now you can say edit. There's now you can edit, you can say, and now you can see you have a line. You can either the line we have now, the column, you can just have column if you want, and you can have win and loss. That is if you have, now we don't have negative value. You can say now that's how you can have the type of the Sparkline you want. And here now it will show you the highest point, which is here. High point will show you, and here it will show you the low point, and here it will show you the negative which you do not have. And here now it will show you the first one. You can see now how it shows us, and here it will show you the last point, and here it will mark all of your points there. You can see, yes. And you can have different style, that is, you can have different style, and I can add marker to mark all. Yes, and I can have different type, maybe that one. You can see, and here it will now, you can come here and the Sparkline color, the specify the color and weight of the Sparkline in the selected Sparkline. It is saying like that, and you can see I can can just pick like that and mark a line. So in the negative high point, now you can add different color you want, maybe red. Our high point will be in red in color, like here you can see now. Yes, you have click that one. In our low point, maybe we will have black, like that. In our first point, maybe I will have a green. You can see now my first point is green in color, my low point is black, high point red, and my last point, maybe I will click on purple, like that. You can see now I do have different colors of different times: first point, the low point, the high point, and the last point. And now I can autofill to select the rest of the 2Ds and the hearts. You can see, yes, I can apply autofill. Now I can just come there and autofill it, and you can see now how now my trend is. Yes, now this is how you can apply the trend, and generally you can edit your sparklines and the way you want. Yes, we will move to the next session, which is pivot table. Now what is this pivot table? And now this pivot table helps us in summarizing, analyzing, and exploring and present summary data that allows us to see comparisons, patterns, and trends within that data. And for example, here we are having sales data for 2022 and stroke 2023, and we are having the month, the year, the type, and the salesperson, the region, the sales, and the units. And now you can see here this amount of data. Now we have a very large amount of data, and it is not very easy for us to solve any problem concerning this data or asking any question about this data. Now what do? We change this data in form of pivot table, so that in pivot it means to turn. We are turning this data to into pivot table, so that it will be easy for us to ask question or provide a solution to the problem maybe the table has. Now what we do is we will select all our data, and we will click on the Control A to select all, and we will go to our Insert tab, and in here in the command group tables we are having a pivot table here, and it says it's easily arrange and summarize complex data in the pivot table. Now you can click, and you can see now it says it has already selected, and now here it will show you where you want your pivot table report to be placed, either in a new worksheet or existing worksheet. I recommend you that you choose a new worksheet, so that if you choose the existing worksheet, it will probably alter the data we do have here. So we will click on OK to select on the new worksheet. Yes, now it says now we are having a new worksheet here. What do we do next? Now here we have it says to build a report, choose the field. You can see here we are having the field, the pivot field. Now here is now the month. Say this one now the heading that we were having on our data. You can have here, you can see that this is what the heading, that the region, the cells that we are having in here. So, and here if you get to the pivot table, it will pop up the pivot table analyzer, and also pivot design. You can design what you have, and here now is where you can put your everything in this that you can create your own dashboard here. So what are we going to do? And here the drag field, we have in the filters and the columns. The columns now you are already familiarized with the columns. Now the columns go across here, these letters now, and the rows here you go down the down here. Yes, here you can see now you having these rows. These are now the rows. Down here is rows, and across here are the columns. And here is the values, whereby you can see here it is indicating there. It has in there some key. So here's now where you put on your values, which are numbers. You can also put maybe names or salesperson, and it will show you the numbers, as we will see in shortly. So but majorly here is now where you put on your number values, and here now is where you can filter. So for example, I want to drag maybe the salesperson and arrange in columns here. You can see now we are having a salesperson, this Andy, Julia, Paul, and here you're having the grand total. So you can also you can shift from here to cell the rows. Now it will you can see now the difference. The rows is like that across, and here down it is the rows, and the columns is across. So, and what if we transfer this to values, whereby we said we only put here the numbers, and now it is showing you 164. What is this 164? If you're seeing our data here, we have been a lot of here, which means these are the sales that they have done. They did 164 sales. If you have been asked what sales have been made, you can see here it is 164. And what if we place in the filters? Now it will filter you. If you want maybe to get Andy, you will go to Andy and say okay. You can see yes. And if you want to Julia, and you can just click on OK. And Paul, just okay, just like that. It will filter your data. Yes. And if you don't want anything, if you want to do away with this field here, you can just deselect just like that. And you can also select more. Let's say for example, I want to select the sales person in the row, and maybe the sales that he made. In the column, the column is the salesperson, and the rows are the maybe the sales that he made. For example, I can interchange. I can see this data. I'm not really liking it. Yes, so I can interchange it through here, and maybe the sales I will get it through the columns. You can see now as a bits now the data now can be readable. Yes, and the cells I will do away with the cells so that I want maybe the type I want to go with the type burgers, the fried, the hot dogs. You can see, and now you can interchange it so that the cells, and you can see now how now it is your data now. And I can also add the region on the yes, or maybe the region I can add in the that's the cells, the region I can add there. You can see yes. So you can do something, you can just play around with your data. You can say yes. Now if I don't want the type, maybe the salesperson, I'll just click on that tree, and maybe I want the sales, the grand total that has been made, just like that. You can see yes, and maybe the salesperson I'll put it in the filter, and I can now filter. I can just say click on Andy, what he made. You can see now the central in the type. Maybe we have a lot of data here. Maybe the cells will be there, but the type, maybe I'll remove the type so that we are having. You can see now here Andy, now I have selected in central. He was having 201, and this one I want it to be in form of currency. You can go to insert and now home, and at this general you can just click on currency so that it appears in form of currency. You can see I just select like that. I just select all of them like that and let it appear in currency, just like that. Yes, and now here you have the maybe the sum of Andy in central 201 201,000, 79,000, 84,000, and the grand total is now there. If you go to Julia, maybe you will have a different one. You can see 109 in central, the north 121, in west 272, and in the grand total is like that. And now here is now how you can filter and everything you want to add in your pivot tables. So we will do away with all of these here and make a report. Let's say you want to make a report on sales. You need to make sure that sales is it will goes to the sum of the values here. Yes, and you can see here now we are having all the sum of the sales now of the we have. So now we do have also the salesperson. Here we are having the salesperson, which is the Andy, Julia, and Paul, and the region. We will select also the region. We will select also the region. Maybe the region we will put in columns, just like that. And here now you can see now how now the Andy, Julia now made in every region, and the grand total is here now. You can see, yes. So you can just play around with the table here, creating all these values or all these reports here. So here now we have our raw data. We need to put a chart, which is the pivot chart, in order to visualize our data so that it will be easy for us to analyze the data. And where now we need to insert, we need to come to this insert tab, and in this here the command group of the charts. Here we do have the pivot chart, and you can now apply if the chart that you want, the pie, the bar, or the area, anyone you want. You will click on this column, cluster column, and we will click on OK. Now as you can see now we are having now our chart here, pivot chart. It is different from the regular chart, such that it will the regular chart, if you make any corrections on your table, on your pivot or your data, it will not update it automatically. That is the regular chart. But in the pivot chart, it will automatically update itself. You can see, yes. Now it is very easy for us to use the pivot chart, and now here it will show you the pivot analyze, and the pivot design, and also the format. You can see, as you can see now here we are having the pivot analyze, and here now it will also show you the filter. You can filter if you want the data for Andy and only Paul, and you don't want for Julia. Now you can just click on the Andy and Paul, and I can click OK. It will not only change in the pivot chart, but also it will change in the pivot table. As you can see now, we do not have for Julia, we only have the data for Andy and Paul. And you can just click on the filter now, and you can say clear filter from salesperson, and now it's updating Julia here together with the pivot table. And now here in the design, if you go to design, you can add the elements you want, the element that you want, the quick layout. Now you can also change the color, you can see. And now here you can see design, you can change all the design that you want, and also the format. And now we want to do away with this filter. option, so that we can have a free space that we can include our slicer. We will apply slicer, and also we will apply some of the pictures that we will put in here in our dashboard, so that we can create an interactive dashboard. So we will right click on this one, and you can say hide all field, you can see, yes, now it has disappeared. And the next step is we will add a slicer to our data. And now to this our insert tab here, and you will have a slicer. Insert this slicer. Now you can just click on that slicer, and you will click on the month, maybe the salesperson, and also the region that you create. Okay, and here now you have your tree slicer. You can just move it here, just and you just crop like that, little down there. And here also you will have your salesperson, and you just crop it like that, and you can just drag it down here, you can see. And here now is your mouth, and you can see it shows a drop down here, your mouth. I don't want to see this one, but I will in this button slicer tab here, under this command group of buttons, and here you have the columns, and you can click on 2 columns. Maybe I want 3 columns, the 3 columns. Yes, you can just drag it just like that. You can see now it's a bit more interactive. Yes, and maybe here now, if I want to get the central, I can just get it like that. You can see the north. If I want to get, yes, you can see all of this one. Now yes, now I can create everything in this to make an interactive dashboard. And now I can also insert a picture from my device. Can select on the insert tab under the illustration here, and here you have the picture. You can choose from the stock images online, or also from the device. I will choose it from the device, and that is my tech banner. Yes, and you can see now I have my my picture here inserted here. And now here is my interactive dashboard I've created. You can see if I click on here, now you can see here how it appears. You can see I have my cells, I have my slicer here, and I have my my pivot chart, my pivot table here. I have my image here. You can see it's a bit technical, but you can see. Yes, and here is now we came to the end of our video, and let's hope you did something tremendous, and we shall meet again if God wills, and have a nice day. Thank you very much.